আসসালামু আলাইকুম সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, আপনাদেরকে আমন্ত্রণ জানাচ্ছি এনটিভির মিট দ্য গভর্নর অনুষ্ঠানে। আমি আকরামুল হোসেন আছি আপনাদের সাথে। সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, এই পর্বে আমরা আপনাদের জন্য যে আমাদের কথা ছিল আপনাদের সাথে, আমরা ইন্সপিরেশনাল গভর্নর খুঁজছি, আমরা মোটিভেশনাল গভর্নর খুঁজছি, যারা নাকি আমাদের ইন্ডাস্ট্রিকে লিড করতে পারবে বিভিন্নভাবে বিভিন্ন পর্যায় থেকে। সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, আজকে এত ভালো লাগছে যে আমি দুইজন ইন্সপিরেশনাল গভর্নরের সাথে কথা বলবো, যে গভর্নররা তাদের নিজেদের জন্য নয়, চিন্তা করছেন কমিউনিটির জন্য, তাদের পক্ষ থেকে এমন কিছু করতে যাতে করে আমাদের মধ্য থেকে যে বিজনেস কমিউনিটি বলেন, যারা বিভিন্ন সোসাইটিতে বিভিন্নভাবে কাজ করে যাচ্ছেন তাদের কথা বলেন, একসাথে কাজ করার জন্য এবং এমন একটি বিষয় নিয়ে তারা কাজ করতে যাচ্ছেন যেটা নাকি আমাদের প্রত্যেকের মনে সাড়া জাগবে এবং আমাদের প্রত্যেকের মনে হয় যে এই ধরনের কোনো কাজ যদি আমরা একসাথে করতে পারি। সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, ভূমিকা এই জন্যই দিলাম, এর গুরুত্বটা আপনাদের কাছে তুলে ধরার জন্য, কিন্তু আমার মনে হয় যে এই পর্যায়ে এই সময়ের এই 2 থেকে 3টি লাইনের ভূমিকা আমি দিয়ে সেটা বোঝাতে পারবো না। লেটস টক টু দেম, লেটস ইন্ট্রোডিউস দেম, হু আর দে and what they want to do and what is their responsibility. As we know that as a business or individual, we have our responsibility towards our community, our society. So I think they can really explain more what is their plan and what they want to do. Let's find out who is in the studio today, and we have got 2 guests on online. We'll come back to them as well, but let's find out who is on the studio. They are from East Anglia and Cambridge, the famous city, the oil city in this world, I would say. Let's find out. Amin Syed, the inspirational governor from Tas Tandoori. Thank you very much for joining today.
Thank you very much for having us. Thank you.
I'm going to talk to you regarding the initiative you have taken, and definitely we want to know more about, our viewers want to know more about the campaign as well.
Sure.
And then I find someone who is really, really inspirational and I would say motivational governor. He is our Ziaur Rahman Chaudhary. We call him Zubair Bhai. Thank you very much, Zubair Bhai, for joining today with us.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having us, given us the opportunity to come onto the show as well.
Fantastic. Let's start from you.
Yeah.
You are the founder of this initiative, of the campaign, Fill Your Food Bank. Is that right?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm the complete founder. It was an initiative that was thought out but backed by the East Anglian Catering Association, which is led by a group of 8 to 10 of us. So it doesn't belong to anybody, but
it belongs to everyone.
It belongs to everybody.
Absolutely,
yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's why I said, and you mentioned that it belongs to everyone, and we need everyone to come forward and talk about these things. So why we should have our contribution towards our society as a businessman, as an individual? Do we have any responsibility towards our society, and how can we contribute that?
Yeah, so I just want to start off by saying our Indian restaurant sector has been supporting our communities since the last 30-40 years. So every football team, cricket team that's in every local town is being supported by some sort of Indian restaurant.
Absolutely.
You know, so and at the start of the pandemic, what the Indian restaurant sector did in supporting the NHS, providing them with food, was absolutely tremendous. And what carried on throughout that time was absolutely amazing as well. What we didn't do is try and gather it together and bring it under one banner. So I was quite annoyed at the fact that, you know, all our hard work was never recognized by the government or by anybody, you know. So when Deliveroo did their 500 meals or 5,000 meals campaign, Matthew Hancock, our health secretary, straight away thanked them for doing this for the NHS.
Absolutely.
But the Indian restaurant sector, they started at the beginning of the pandemic and didn't get any pat on the back or recognition. So my thought was that let's try and do something as an industry together under one banner, and then if we can get this as a nationwide campaign, then at least, you know, maybe even if the government doesn't recognize it and doesn't give us a pat on the back, at least we've carried on, because certain things like the NHS thing, it's started for a month but it's disappeared now. So this is another initiative that can carry on for another 2-3 months, another 4 months. So the idea is to carry it through the winter months. So the campaign is called Fill Your Food Banks. I mean, that's the caption to it, but it doesn't mean literally fill your food banks. What you can do and how you get involved is so simple.
That's the main.
Yeah.
That's the main thing we need to know.
Yeah.
Before I start with this answer, I just want to ask him something. We are governors, as you are inspirational governors today with the Meet the Governor show. What do you think that as a businessman, as a governor or individual, we should contribute towards our community? For example, fill your food bank or helping our poor, and also we need to look after our local community, as we have our customers, our support from our local council, local community. But how important is that?
No, I can agree with you more. I mean, in all honesty, you know, as businessmen, as successful businessmen, it's our community who have made us who we are.
Yeah.
So that's the most basic, you know, thing that we should recognize. And just with that point, you know, we have a duty towards our community. I mean, there's so much sort of deprivation, destitution within communities, and if we're in a position where we can do something for our community, that's the least thing we can do, you know. So this is why, you know, I would say, you know, any business owner within the country, you know, if they can, they should support the local community in any and every way they can.
And how important is that?
It's very important because the thing is, you know, without your community, there's no you.
Absolutely.
You know? So this is the most important thing, and by showing your community that you care, you know, it's the least we can do, really. You know.
Fantastic.
So this
Fantastic. Subir bhai, this is one thing I really keen to know, and I hope my viewers, whoever in front of this their TV set or watching on Facebook or what will later on YouTube, they want to know the process. Probably there are hundreds of governors who have done their tremendous work throughout the COVID-19 and before and after. So they will be participating this noble cause. I will explain them a little bit later after you explain how I got you captured and you guys are captured in my show. Why is that? So please, if you can tell me a little bit of, for my viewers, what is the plan, how can get involved, and how you want the other people can get involved with this noble project.
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, I think the beauty of this, when we launched this a week ago, just over a week ago, and within 3 or 4 days we got 60 restaurants coming to back the campaign.
Yeah,
because of its simplicity. So the idea behind it is that you support your local food bank in your area. So we have restaurants coming from Birmingham, Oxford, all the way to London, all these sort of areas. So what the concept is that you post the Fill Your Food Bank post onto your social media to show that you are supporting your local food bank. So this will, one thing will create awareness, and it will also help with your sort of your branding and your marketing to show that you are giving back to the community.
Absolutely.
Second is you ring your local food bank and you say to them, how can I help, or what do you need? So you can give as little as a bag of sugar. I think the way I can simplify it even more is that I ring my local food bank, I say to them, what do you need? And if I don't have the time, I can donate £10. They have money links on there. If I do have the time, then I can go to the cash and carry or wherever, get some food, a box of cereal or a car boot full of food, and take it to the local food bank. If I don't have the money or the resources, because a lot of our businesses are struggling at the moment.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, if I don't have the businesses, the resources to do that, then what I will be doing is, as well as donating to the food bank, I'll volunteer a morning or an afternoon of my time to go and help them pack or to
fantastic. That's really great.
deliver food to the families. So I think what it is that there's
One way or another, you can get involved with
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
either by financial support,
Yeah.
mental support,
Yeah.
physical support,
Yeah.
and definitely the main reason to run the campaign,
Yeah.
come forward
Yeah.
and help your neighbors.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, as we talked before, that sort of the hashtag fill your food banks is the motto of it. But another hashtag is that feed your neighbors,
Yes.
which should be and on everybody's tongue, really. I mean, throughout the pandemic, all our brothers and sisters have helped charities in Bangladesh,
Yes.
in other countries, and everybody has done so much. So you can't ask anybody to do any more. But this is something so simplified that I can give something a little bit more, but we can all come under one banner. There is no organization behind it. There is no association behind it. Everybody in the country as an industry, be it a restaurant business, be it we have accountancy firm on there, electrical firm on there, I think a cleaning firm on there. So anybody and everybody, if they support. I just wanted to say one thing as well. There's been a little bit of misconception that recently there's been a lot of news about the government funding a lot to the food banks. So 170 million pound was given to the local councils. So I spoke to the Trussell Trust last week. I spoke to my food bank last week. They are not receiving this money.
Oh, really?
Yes. So the local, the 170 million pound goes to the local council. They share it out to families or who they see fit. So they'll share it out to a business. They'll give it to support a family. They'll give it to this.
But they're distributing towards everyone.
Everyone within the local community.
Okay.
But they're not giving directly to the food bank. So, I mean, do I have time to lead a couple of facts, or do you want to go to, by the...
Yeah, you can read something.
This is, I mean, these are not just made up things. These are a couple of facts that the Trussell Trust is basically the other version of the NHS Trust.
Yes.
So they're a completely trusted body within this country that looks after 1,200 food banks. So
if I just add these things for my viewer, যারা আজকে প্রোগ্রামটি দেখছেন, ট্রাসেল ট্রাস্টের ব্যাপারে আমাদের জিয়াউর রহমান চৌধুরী যে বিষয়টা নিয়ে কথা বললেন, আমরা ট্রাসেল ট্রাস্টে বলি আর ফুড ব্যাংক যে বলি, আমাদের ইউকেতে কিন্তু প্রায় 2000 ফুড ব্যাংক আছে। প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা আজকের প্রোগ্রামটি দেখছেন, খুব হয়তোবা কেউ ফিল করবেন না, আমার মনে হয় সবাই আমরা ফিল করি, আমরা মুসলিম হিসেবে বা একজন নন মুসলিম হিসেবেও যখন আমাদের পেটে খাবার থাকবে না, যখন আমাদের পরার কাপড় থাকবে না, যখন উইন্টারের সময় আমাদের থাকার জায়গা থাকবে না, উই ক্যান ফিল দিস থিংস। অ্যান্ড ফুড ব্যাংক তাদের জন্যই তৈরি করা যাদের এই সুযোগ সুবিধাগুলো দিতে হয়। এবং আমরা দেখি ইউকেতে প্রায় 2000 ফুড ব্যাংক আছে, যে ফুড ব্যাংকগুলোতে এখন যদি আপনারা যান, রিসেন্ট স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্সে যা বলে প্রায় 61% has raised, প্লিজ কেয়ারফুল, 61% বেড়েছে, যেটা নাকি গত বছর যেটা ছিল প্রত্যেকটি হাউস হোল্ড, এই রিসার্চে এসেছে, স্টেটে বলছে 2%, মানে ইউকের হাউস হোল্ডের 2% ব্যবহার হয়েছে ফুড ব্যাংকের মাধ্যমে। আপনি বুঝতেই পারছেন এই ফুড ব্যাংক কতটুকু ইম্পর্টেন্ট ছিল গত বছর। আর এই বছর জব নাই, মানুষ প্যান্ডেমিকের কারণে কিছু করতে পারছে না, কোথাও যেতে পারছে না, কারো জব চলে গেছে, কারো বিজনেস চলে গেছে। এই সময়ে আমাদের এগিয়ে আসা উচিত একজন বিজনেস কমিউনিটি হিসাবে, বিএমই কমিউনিটি হিসাবে, এবং এই দেশের মানুষের প্রতি আমাদের রেসপন্সিবিলিটি থেকে, সোসাইটির প্রতি রেসপন্সিবিলিটি থেকে আমাদের আসা উচিত। যে বিষয়টা আপনাদের বলতে চাই, এই ট্রাসেল ট্রাস্ট 1200 ফুড ব্যাংক অন করে, পাশাপাশি আরো 900 ফুড ব্যাংক অন করে মনে হয় ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট ফুড এইড নেটওয়ার্ক। সো এই ধরনের যারা যে ট্রাস্টগুলো আছে তারা কাজ করে যাচ্ছে, কিন্তু এরপরও এনাফ না। আমরা যতটুকু দেখেছি যে বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে বিভিন্ন সময়ে কারো আপনি অনেক উদাহরণ খুঁজে দেখেন আপনার জায়গা থেকে। আমরা জানি আমাদের বাংলাদেশে আমরা অনেক হেল্প করি, অনেকে আমরা খাবার দেই, অনেকে আমরা চেরিশ করি, অনেক ধরনের হেল্প করতেছি, কিন্তু এই দেশে নেইবার থেকে নেইবার কি হচ্ছে একটু খোঁজ নেন। এটি কিন্তু আল্লাহ পাক রব্বুল আলামিন এই বিষয়ের উপরে কোরআন পর্যন্ত বলেছেন যে ক্ষুধার্তকে খাবার দাও। উনি বলেন নাই মুসলিম নন মুসলিম, কিছু হয় নাই, যে ক্ষুধার্ত তাকে খাবারের জন্য বলেছেন। তোমার নাইবারের খবর নেওয়ার জন্য বলেছেন, তোমার আশেপাশের মানুষের খবর নেওয়ার জন্য বলেছেন। এবং আজকে আমরা যে প্রোগ্রামটি নিয়ে হাজির হয়েছি, ফিল ইউর ফুড ব্যাংক, দিস ইজ নট অনলি এন ইনিশিয়েটিভ, দিস ইজ নট অনলি এন ক্যাম্পেইন। আমরা এটাকে মেক করতে হবে, সাকসেসফুল করতে হবে। এটা সাকসেসফুল করার মাধ্যমে আমরা দেখাবো আমাদের কতটুকু রেসপন্সিবিলিটি আছে, আমাদের মধ্যে কতটুকু উদারতা আছে, আমরা কেমন। সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, এই বিষয়গুলো এই জন্যই বললাম যে আমরা সবাই এগিয়ে আসতে হবে। আজকে যারা আপনারা ঘরে বসে দেখছেন, যারা বিভিন্ন ব্যবসা প্রতিষ্ঠানের মালিক আছেন, তারাও কিন্তু জিয়াউর ভাই সেটা এক্সপ্লেন করেছেন, সেই এক্সপ্লেনেশনটা আপনারা একটু বোঝার চেষ্টা করবেন। পরবর্তীতে আমরা তো আছি। একটা বিষয়, এটা পড়ার আগে আপনাকে যদি একটা প্রশ্ন করতে চাই, যে কেউ যদি আপনাদের সাথে যোগাযোগ করতে চায়, তাহলে কি আপনাদের কোনো সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া পেজ আছে কিনা, বা কিভাবে আপনাদের সাথে যোগাযোগ করতে পারে?
So I just want to pick on a fact that you said just a little bit earlier.
Yes.
About our neighbors and our community. So when I spoke to the lady in the Cambridge City Food Bank, which is a very white majority sort of area, middle class income, one of the interesting things she said to me was that, you know what, we don't have enough halal products. We don't have enough dietary requirement products. So for somebody to come from the BME community and to support this, because we forget about our Syrian refugees, we forget about our Turkish sort of refugees, Kurdish, all these sort of people who are on the poverty line, who have been in this country, but we forget that they use these food banks as well. So I can imagine if we went to a place like Tower Hamlets, the food banks or whatever, I'm sure people from our community. So the lady said something very interesting, that if you are in big ethnic areas, halal products are an important thing that you should give towards the food banks.
Okay.
And it's not just food, shampoo, toothpaste, toiletries.
And baby nappies.
Yes, all these sort of things that sort of need. And we have obviously a lot of Islamic sort of differentiation, and some people would like to use you know, halal shampoos,
sure,
or halal, which they will never get in their food bank.
Absolutely.
Because we don't support it enough.
Also the necessary things probably for a baby,
Yeah.
not enough food, not
Yeah.
enough nappy,
Yeah.
that's things very necessary for every family.
Yeah.
And also what I would can add that জিয়াউর ভাই, হোপফুলি আপনারা এই বিষয়টা জানবা যে কিছু মানুষ আছে যারা শর্মে অনেক ক্ষেত্রে ফুড ব্যাংকও গিয়া যে কিছু নিব, এটারও একটা প্রবলেম, ইউ নো, বিকজ বিভিন্ন সময় he was someone, he has business, now he has nothing.
Yeah, and
so
it can happen to anybody.
Absolutely. যখন এই ধরনের কাজ আমরা একসাথে করব, তখন কিন্তু এই জিনিসগুলো আমাদের মধ্যে ভিজিবল হইব, যে না, we can find out someone who really in need. So it's really great. Do you want to have some fact?
As you were saying before, so anybody who'd like to join this campaign, we have set up a Facebook page, and it's called Fill Your Food Banks. So you can go onto this Facebook page, you can add your restaurant to it, you can, if you do go to your food banks, I know a lot of people don't like this, I don't like it myself, taking pictures and showing what you're doing, but it will be a good thing, because
it will inspire others,
encourage other people. So whatever you do to help you, if you're delivering food, if you're, however you're doing it to support, please go to Fill Your Food Bank Facebook page, and please add whatever your restaurant is doing, whatever your business is doing, whatever you're individually doing. So then it will motivate and encourage others to sort of come and share their experiences. And like you said, I think majority of the people that go into the food banks, well, an interesting one is that over 50% of people using food banks this year have never gone to one. So over 50% of people using a food bank this year have never gone to one. So what does that say about our economy and how we are at the moment? People have had
Basically,
these
the rise
yeah.
of food banks started happening around 2006 with the global increase of food costs, and then to top it up, you had like the worldwide financial crisis as well with the Northern Rock and everything. And then at that time, you also had the issue with rising costs of rent, and then it seriously started affecting people with low paid incomes. And this is where it started growing more and more. In the 90s, food banks hardly ever existed. So this is why we want to create that awareness so people realize how important it actually is. I mean, for example, my children, the school they go to, I'm sure that there's a child, at least one child in each class, who's probably going without a square meal in the evening. And that really breaks your heart to think that, I mean, alhamdulillah, by the grace of God, we're very lucky, that we don't have to think about things like this. But it's actually a very, very serious issue. And this is the reason why we're sitting here today, to get the support of, your listeners and your viewers.
I think how many you have so far that already came forward?
So we have already over 60 businesses, most of them Indian restaurants, but there are some European restaurants on there. So over 60 businesses involved, and that's within a space of a week. So it was basically within the first 3
and
days.
The campaign will run. Definitely, I know these good things should run. It's endless, but is there any time limit, or you want to make something?
No, so basically we want to try and support in any way we can, be it financial, be it voluntary, over the winter period. So the Trestle Trust, which I agree with as well, is working to eradicate food banks. So this is another way for us as a community to create awareness that why do we have food banks in this country? There shouldn't be this poverty line. The government should be supporting these people in some way or another. So this campaign will create that awareness to show that, why do we need it? So I think what me and Dulal Bhai and a few others are going to do is this month we will be giving something towards our food bank, and we're going to, I think, go and deliver some food as well, help them pack and stuff. And just before coming up to Christmas, another thing, I know many people might not agree that, why are we doing so much here? But, we live on memories. Our everything. I remember my first pair of trainers, I remember that so clearly. When we came in the 80s, most of our families, we lived on the poverty line. Majority of us didn't come to this country
That's
rich.
a memory,
Yeah, that's right. So I remember my first pair of trainers. So what I thought was with our group that just before Christmas, we'll give some toys to the food bank.
Absolutely.
So a parent or a guardian that cannot afford to buy a toy, at least they can go to the food bank, but get that children a toy for Christmas.
Oh yeah, that's really great.
For me, it's important that I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, that if I'm laying in bed and a child has a toy that he'd never imagined he would get.
Absolutely.
And that memory that he would have will live with him forever.
That's really great.
Sort of thing. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's something like, it's really inspirational, to be honest. I'm really great to have you guys in my show. সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা যারা শুনছিলেন, আমরা বিরতিতে যাচ্ছি। বিরতি থেকে আসার পরে এই বিষয়গুলো আরো শুনবো। আমাদের সাথে আরো দুইজন অতিথি, because they are doing some fantastic jobs, so they will share their thoughts, and we'll have another expert. You all know him. Where today we really have a good topic. I would say it's really important for us to help, to come forward, to contribute towards our society, our community. We have our two inspirational governors, and we had fantastic, fabulous discussion. It was really, for us, we can, as a television channel, we need to show this type of story. We need to promote more and more. But we need more inspirational governors, motivational governors, who are not only making money. They really thinking about their community, their local community, wider community, as well as they are trying to help others. As my guests mentioned, that we had done our brilliant job during the first lockdown and the coronavirus spread. We helped, we provide our foods towards NHS, elderly people, different care home. We had done many things, but the time we need to come more forward. We can't be stopped to help people. That is the message for today. And Failure Food Bank is what I said, that it's not only a campaign. We need to remember this is our responsibility. To ask the question, I just want to speak one of our very prominent guests. He is well known to the community. He has done tremendous work for the community. He is not only a trainer, he is not only a community activist. We call him today industry expert. He is none other than our very familiar face, Abdul Haq Habib, the Managing Director of London Training Center. Abdul Haq Habib, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Akram bhai, thank you very much. I'm humbled by your introduction. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thanks for joining with us. Habib bhai, probably you have joined with us from the beginning and you have heard our governors talking about some initiative they have taken. And they have 60 more inspirational governors with them to help the local community, local food bank. Habib bhai, can I just ask you to relate this to our topic? Do we have, the business community have any responsibility to contribute to the community? And how important is that?
Akram bhai, guests and viewers, assalamu alaikum and good evening to all of you. Thank you for inviting me to this show. NTV is doing a great job to create awareness about many issues within our community. So well done to NTV. Adnan bhai, the question you have asked, I think we, especially the businesses, as we know, there are over 13,000 British Bangladeshi-owned Indian Bangladeshi curry houses in this country. There isn't even a single village or a city or a town in this country where there is no Indian Bangladeshi curry house. So this is a fantastic achievement of the British Bangladeshi community. The contribution it has been giving to this country, financial, cultural, and social, so many contributions. So it's a great achievement. In terms of this pandemic, unfortunately, it has brought us into a very difficult and tight situation. And unfortunately, millions of people are losing jobs. And unfortunately, they're having to resort to some of these food banks and some other help. These are unfortunate, but of course, we have a social responsibility, as well as because all those successful restaurants, they have a corporate responsibility as well. Because in this country, we know that we personally we donate, we contribute, but as business, all the big businesses, they have corporate responsibility and they donate and help local people. And I think British Bangladeshi Indian restaurant sector is in a unique situation in the sense that in this country, everywhere, in every location, we have businesses. So our reach is not just within Tower Hamlets or within Newham or within just Luton or in these areas. Our reach is every single town and cities and village in this country. Therefore, if all these owners, the managers, and the workers, they take initiative to help the needy people in those areas by working in partnership with, for example, the churches, the mosques, working in partnership with local food banks, and some other charities to help those people to go out. Because as we say, there is a saying, a friend in need is friend indeed. So yes, the businesses are suffering now. Yes, this is very, very unfortunate. But at the same time, we use this opportunity to go out and help the needy people who desperately need our support. So I welcome and congratulate these governors, the owners, for their initiative. And you are setting great example, especially for the new generation. We know that the Indian sector is under the second generation, the new generation of philanthropists, of very good entrepreneurs. And you are setting a great example of it's not just about making money, it's about making this country a better place to live, creating community cohesion, and representing our own heritage as well in a very, very positive light. So thank you very much for doing that. And I would encourage and request all other owners to come out and use whatever provisions, whatever facilities, whatever resources you have to help your own communities in those localities.
Thank you. Thank you, Habiba. I'll come back to you. We have many callers on the line. I just want to take one caller. I'll request our control room, please. Can you pass one special call or any call for us, and we'll want to share and I want to listen our viewers what their idea and any thoughts they can share with us. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
Brother, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Brother, I am a retired JP, ex-restaurateur from 1970. All I can say, two gentlemen you showed us restaurateur. My regret, I am very happy for them two young gentlemen.
Thank you.
All I can say, the work they are doing is a fantastic job.
Thank you.
And remember our restaurant memories from 70s. All I can say, thank you very much to this young man and you, Akram, by providing this show. These two gentlemen, wonderful.
Thank you.
I have seen so many graduate people and I will remember these two gentlemen from Bangladesh. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your beautiful call and inspirational comments on this show. And I hope these two gentlemen will take this initiative nationwide and we all can take the benefit of this campaign. Thank you very much for your call. Can I just speak to our another very special guest for tonight, Hailey. Hailey joining us from Portsmouth. She is a very important person and the global administrator from the University of Portsmouth. Hailey, can you hear me? Yeah?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Hi there.
Hi, Hailey. Thanks for joining with us this evening.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's lovely. Thank you very much for your invite.
Thank you. You have probably heard these two gentlemen are talking about something very special. Abdul Haq Habib mentioned something for the business community, the responsibility. And as far as we know that from your side, you are doing similar thing to the local community. We just want to know more about your campaign and what do you think, how can we get involved, this type of campaign can go forward, not only locally, we want to help nationwide, and how important is that?
Okay, yes, you're right. I work for the University of Portsmouth in the global office, so we're involved with assisting international students, and in Portsmouth we're very lucky to have a big Bangladeshi community who we work alongside. Each year we collect items for those in need in our city. Mm-hmm. We like to help the local community as well. This year physical donations to the food banks and the soup kitchens are difficult because of restrictions. So we've created it's called the Reverse Advent Calendar. Mm-hmm. And a very similar, you find out what your local food bank needs and instead of taking something from an advent calendar, you would put something in a box, and then at the end of the collection time, you would donate it. And we've done this for a couple of years now, and it's had a great response. But as I said, due to restrictions, we're having to do it online this year. So we've gone virtual and created a Just Giving page, crowdfunding page, and you can find it if you search Reverse Advent Calendar Portsmouth. We have a Facebook page as well with the same name, and we're also on Instagram. So, you know, if you can donate.
When did you start the campaign this year?
So we launched on Friday just gone. It was World Kindness Day.
Okay.
So,
okay. Same. Is that same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's World
Yeah.
Kindness
Yeah.
Day. Yeah.
Yeah, All Kindness Day. Yeah, they started the same day as well, Haley. And can I just have some? Do you have any types of discussion with the local food, and what are the very important things they are looking for, and what is their message to the community?
Okay, so this year, obviously, I got in touch with the food banks, and they're very grateful of cash donations this year, as it enables them to purchase exactly what they need. Things, it lets them purchase things that maybe don't get donated. So it was mentioned before, people with special food requirements, if they're gluten-free or halal, soya, milk, things like that. So with the money that gets donated, the food banks will be able to buy exactly what they need. So it may be, you know, vitamins for children, or it may just enable them to, in the packs that they make up to give families, they can put in extra things, you know, like chocolate biscuits and, you know, little things just to make this this winter a little bit easier for people. Yeah.
I mean, thank you very much, Haley, but just a last question I want to ask you. What type of people you think from your local community that they are looking for this type of help, and they are really shy, or do you have any type of experience on that?
So do you mean what kind of people find themselves using these services?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this year we're dividing our collection between the food bank that is run by the Trussell Trust, and also the British Red Cross Home from Hospital service. This is a service that helps people when they come out of hospital and they don't have anyone at home. So it enables them to provide them some food. They go in, they turn their electric on, they put the Hoover round for people and just basically connect with them. And, you know, anyone can find themselves in need. You just need to miss a couple of payments, you lose your job or your relationship breaks down, and you can find yourself in, you know, quite quickly in a difficult situation. And if you haven't got a support network around you, that's when you find yourself, you know, using some of these services. So that's why, you know, we do need the help to get to these charities.
Thank you, Hailey. I can see you become a little bit of emotional. Thank you very much for joining this evening, and I'm really I've become myself a bit emotional when we thinking something like this. It's probably hit everyone's life. That's a memory probably can repeat to anybody's. It happens to everyone, we can say. Thank you very much, Jaroman Chaudhuri, bringing this type of initiative, and thank you very much, Amin Soyod. I just want to ask you a very particular question. I know there are so many brothers watching this program, and they definitely will be coming forward. There is no doubt. You guys are here, 60 governors are there, in this list. We're gonna read out the list if we can have the time. I just want to ask you a little question. Why do you think, I know this question probably be repeated, why do you think that important to come forward to help this campaign?
The thing is, as we've been speaking earlier, this year, this pandemic has actually put a lot of people into poverty, and there's a lot of people out there who are very proud as well, and they're the kind of people who wouldn't feel comfortable to go to food banks and things, and this is why I believe, like, you know, this is the best opportunity for us to basically take that step forward and help these people. Like the brother was saying, there's 13,000 plus Indian restaurants in the UK. If, you know, each of us donated even like £10, that's like £130,000 just in a month.
Yeah.
And if we were to do this, say, every like 2 months, 3 months, that's a lot of money, you know, and that would help a lot of people who are actually in dire need.
Thank you.
And I'll be honest with you, as time goes on, it's not going to get any easier. It's going to get a lot tougher for people. So this is a chance.
Thank you very much. We have got a couple of callers on the line, and we are very running. It's just end of the end of our show. Let's take the call. Let's see who is on the call, and please just summarize your question.
Hi, Akram bhai.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Maalaikum salam. This is Bobby from University of Portsmouth.
Oh yeah, Bobby, thank you very much, Bobby, for calling. And he's one of the other inspirational guy I can see. He is helping a lot to his local community. Bobby, thanks for your call.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say, Akram bhai, thank you very much for bringing this program on NTV this evening. You're doing a fantastic job raising awareness for a very important issue. And Haley and all the guys who are on your panel this evening have really described something that is needs to be dealt with, and all the support that the Bangladeshi community is giving to this initiative is brilliant. So thank you.
Thank you, Bobby, for your wonderful call. Bobby is the international director of the Portsmouth University. He is holding a very big position and in this university. Thank you very much for calling, and I'm really I'm really great that you're watching NTV now after your office time. Thank you very much.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you. Thank you. We got our next caller. Assalamu alaikum, caller. Next caller. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
আমার নাম আব্দুল হাই, আমি কেমব্রিজ থেকে কইছি পিপাসা। আমার আকরম মামার লগে যে সময় আপনি একটু ফ্রি হইন, একটু তো আমারে যদি দিতে পারেন।
Yeah, you are speaking on live.
Sorry?
You are talking on live to Akram.
Okay. Am I on live?
Yes. আপনার ভলিউম যদি টিভি থাকে সামনে, আসসালামু আলাইকুম, আপনার টিভি সামনে থাকলে টিভির ভলিউম কমাইলো কা, ডোন্ট ফলো দ্য টেলিভিশন।
Okay, no problem. Okay, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়া আলাইকুম আসসালাম।
কেফরা?
জি, ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম। আপনি 30 সেকেন্ডে আপনার একটা মেসেজ কইলিবা আমরা দে।
Okay, 30 সেকেন্ডে। Okay. আমার মামা আকরম মামা আছেন এখানে, অথবা আমার ভাই জুবের ভাই প্লাস দুলাল আছেন। I was supposed to come today but couldn't make it, but they are doing a wonderful job, so I wish them all the best, and if we can encourage other people to come and join us, it will be very much appreciated with this.
Thank you for your call. Thank you very much. Before we have only 2 minutes in our hand. Is that anything? I just want to thank you, Abdul Haq Habib bhai. I'm so sorry we couldn't really give you much more time. Next time, inshallah, next show. And Abdul Haq Habib bhai, he's a humanitarian, charitable, and also he was talking about yourself, Abdul Haq Habib bhai.
He is one of my mentors.
Oh, he is one of your mentors. So believe me or not, that's how it reflects, you know. Thank you very much.
I will always keep him as a mentor.
Fantastic. Thank you. It's a very, very great compliment.
I'm humbled. No.
Thank you very much, Habib bhai. I'm just going to finish my show by asking Zaur Bhai to say something who already involved with this campaign, and how is there any list do you have, or I have few lists from your side?
Do you want to read the list and
let's see if we can manage it. So I think some of the restaurant they are very inspirational.
Okay, I'll go. Shall I go?
Yeah, I've got few restaurant name. Can I just read it very quickly?
Yes,
I've got Lalbagh, the Pipasha, Montage, Dutch Tandoori, Cam Spice, Zara Indian, Kaz Indian, Mughal Night, S&M Heating, Printing, Cambridge Grillers, the Indian Ocean Histon, Festric Electrical Services, Dog and Bun,
Dow and Bun,
Birmingham. Fergus, Birmingham, Khani, Centifs, Frankie and Fries, Tunbridge Wells,
Day of the Raj,
London. Okay, you read it then.
Yes, Day of the Raj, London, Bangkok Lounge, Motin Bais, Ashoka Indian, Bishop Stortford, Zara Danbury, Zara Maryland Essex, Raja Restaurant Cambridge, Garden of India, Harlow, Raj Lodge, Harlow, Alamein Media, Bedouin Cambridge, Al Kasbah Cambridge, Sahara Cambridge.
Let's finish it there. Finish it there.
Okay.
We are finishing out of time.
Well, over 60 restaurants.
Over 60 restaurants, yeah.
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal, really.
Mention everybody.
That's fine.
We'll
definitely, you are the other inspiration. We'll continue with this show. We're definitely gonna make another show on that special topic. And please get in touch with us. Get in touch with Monta's restaurant owner. Get in touch with Dutch Tandoori owner, and definitely will come back. Next, Meet the Governor. Please keep watching NTV, your favorite TV channel, and see you very soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.